Hello and welcome to the second episode of the 2025 season Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. I am your host. You missed me last week. Zach rocked it solo. I'm sure it went very well. Um, as I'm not a viewer of this podcast, I've not listened to it yet.
Shameful, shameful,
Just a little
shameful.
joke. Just a little joke.
Um,
Uh, yeah. Was a hectic week too, to say the least.
to say the least, yeah, it is injuries galore. Two more reports. A lot of it came out this afternoon. AJ Brown before the game, it looks like he's out multiple weeks. The surprise one, just a couple hours before that, Debo Samuel out multiple weeks with a shin/calf injury. Right before that, Isaiah Pacheco broken fibula out 6 to 8 weeks.
Probably more like
Um,
10,
yeah, and
the way
then
the
um,
Chiefs handle injuries.
And then Cooper Cup, they haven't really diagnosed it, but he looks
Multiple
like
weeks.
he's out multiple weeks, candidate for IR. Still waiting to hear on the Amon-Ra St. Brown injury. He tweaked his
Uh,
knee.
we eat kneecaps says it's not that serious, but
Yeah, but man, just like multiple
how did I end
stud
up with so many
players going
goddamn
down.
cords down here?
Okay, Boomer.
Look at this.
Look at this shit right
More
here.
cords. There's cords everywhere down here in my office.
You're gonna be finding weird stuff all over the place now after
Oh
having a
yeah.
kid.
Yeah. 20, what are we, 25 weeks, 24 weeks now?
You're getting there, man.
I know. It's coming up quick. The wife is in Gillette for training all week.
Oh, nice. When's she back?
25 weeks. Huh?
When's she back?
Uh, 2 weeks from now. Well, a
Two
week and a
weeks.
half. Yeah, she's got a week long training in Gillette. She comes back for one day and then goes back
Oh,
to Casper for half a week.
hmm. Sheesh.
Yeah. So I'm working every day that she's gone because why not?
I was gonna say you can come to Sheridan this weekend then.
No, don't have the weekends off right now,
No,
unfortunately.
nope. Working. But yeah, crazy, crazy week two. A lot of like high scoring performances across the league in general. But and then when the injuries get you, they get you bad. So it's
Um,
been tough sledding for some folks.
wasn't there a Javante Williams injury too, or am I?
Not that I have seen. Um,
Let's see. Jake Ferguson obviously was last week,
mhm.
but they expect him back. Evan Ingram's week to week with a hamstring issue. I think he went out in
Haven't.
the first quarter, right?
No, he actually was a injury in pregame warmups.
Oh, that's right. He got scratched.
He got scratched after getting hurt in pregame warmups. So that was interesting. Um,
Tua with he
uh,
forgot his second birthday now.
and
He'll be placed on IR with concussion, which this is like his seventh concussion, so that makes
I don't
sense.
know if he's gonna go on IR. He should, but I don't know if he
That's what it
will.
says.
I'll have
Oh,
to
that team is unsure. Sorry.
team have unsure.
Devontae Smith is shredding the Falcons right now.
He's cooking.
Everybody saw that coming. No AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner. That dude's a baller.
Yeah, need to make a statement win. Anyone but Saquon Barkley. That would be great.
I agree. No Saquon.
Yeah, how
Tackle
about
him. Tackle him. Thank
Jalen
you.
Hurts? Let's just give it some Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fine too. I'm all right with that.
I think everyone else's matchup is decided in Gym City, but mine and Ethan's. And going into tonight, it was a um, I have London and Hurts, and he has Barkley and Pitts, and he had a 10-point lead to start the game. So it's going to be cutting down on the wire. So I need Jalen Hurts touchdowns, not Barkley touchdowns.
Um, oh, I was looking at Dynasty, my bad. I was like, it looks like they're all already done.
Yeah.
Oh
No.
yeah. That is a tight game.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of low scores for most people to start the season.
Start the season. We had a couple big ones this week, couple
Yeah.
170s between
Oh
Cody
yeah.
and
Heath just
Cody and Heath.
passed Cody.
Okay.
No, Cody just passed Heath for a top score of the week. I don't know if
Okay.
that'll hold or not. I don't know who they have in,
I I don't know.
but it's a 0.34 point
Hmm.
lead for Cody.
Yeah, they might both be done. I don't know.
I do like how on the sleeper app, when you click in on like the weekly matchup, it
Touchdown to
lists who
oh
the top three are.
oh
How? Jesse Bates? Is
man.
that Jesse Bates the third?
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
Look it up.
what a
That'd have been
play.
sick. Perfectly in the end zone.
Yeah, Jesse
Just had
Bates.
to bring it down. Nice play, safety. They paid
Um,
him big money from what I remember, that safety.
yeah. Going back to the
Oh, my
top
head
three
hurts.
seeds are the top three division leaders. Oh, fake field
Yes.
goal. Faking it. Nope. Interesting. That was interesting.
Sorry, I'm locked in too. Oh, yeah, okay. They covered it too well.
Um, yeah, the top three seeds are the three division leaders.
Correct.
So it is good.
And then five
Um,
wild cards.
and then five wild cards. So we'll see which division is weaker than others. Um, so that's gonna be kind of interesting to see how it all works out with that third division because there's gonna be a division that's stronger than others. So we'll wait and see how that works out. But so far, three divisions. It's been interesting. But if you finish first in your division, no matter what record, I mean, you're in the playoffs. So that's going to be a fun thing to look at over the course of the season.
It's looking like I'm going to come out of division play at 0-3.
Yeah, you have not started hot. If I can squeak out this win and get to 2-0 with the McCaffrey injury, the Cup injury, and the Ferguson injury, I will be extremely ecstatic that I'd be 2-0.
Last week I scored probably in the bottom five scores for me all time in a week. 81.96.
Um, by the way, it's official. Um, Garrett is the Survivor winner
Already?
after 2 weeks.
Holy crap. The
Yeah,
Bengals ruined everybody.
Bengals eliminated 5 people week 1, and then 5 people got knocked out this week with the Ravens.
Oh,
Yeah, so and Drew did not make a pick this
so,
week, so he
oh.
is out.
So Garrett Brinkman wins.
Garrett
2 weeks.
Brinkman, you are the 2 week winner of the Survivor pool.
100
Um,
buckies.
100 buckies after 2 weeks. That's your money back right there. I may do a after market startup on a Survivor one that now that Sleeper has a Survivor one. So we could all jump in another Survivor pool and just BS our way through it. But Garrett, you got your 100 bucks back already, man. And he only had to pay 50 bucks because he rolled over 50 bucks from last year. So
Straight
um
profit.
and Garrett went against the grain in both of them. He had the Saints week 1 and the Chargers week 2, and that got it done. Pick the
That's
Saints
impressive.
and the Chargers. Wow.
Do you see this empty spot behind my head that I've filled with Dustin May?
Oh, look at that shine.
This shining pretty good. Yeah, this is where we're at now. The old Dustin May bobblehead.
That's one way to drink out of it, Dalton.
Yeah, I saw. Tried
I
to
know,
forget already.
I need to. Hey, I'm trying to forget my sorrows of not taking CeeDee Lamb at number 1.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, McCaffrey. He's done for quite a few weeks, yeah.
Yeah, minimum 4 games,
Because
place
it's
on
not
IR.
retroactive, is it?
No, it's not like MLB where you can go back in
Wow.
time. So he's going to miss at
You
least
won't
the
see
first
him
five
till week
weeks.
7.
Yeah.
When's their bye? because it might be week 8.
Week 8's their bye.
Oh my gosh.
Week 9. But I
That's
was
super
smart.
crappy.
I did draft Jordan Mason. I was halfway skeptical,
Oh,
so I did draft
yeah, that
Jordan
is smart.
Mason. But in hindsight, I wish I would have just taken Jordan Mason and just drafted CeeDee Lamb. So you win some, you lose some. I really should have forced something else, but hey, it's week 2. There's a lot of things that can change over the course of these couple weeks. The worst
Mhm.
part is trying to hold on to some of these guys. Obviously, Cooper Kupp and Christian McCaffrey. I'm gonna hold on and wait until we get more significant.
Do you have both of them?
Yeah,
So that's what Sackett posted about.
yeah.
I was like, what league does Sackett have both of them in? The answer
No,
was none. You have
I
both of
have
them.
him, and I also have Ferguson on that team.
Ay, ay, ay.
So yeah, I'm open for business. Hopefully, Hertzy boy puts up 30 this week, and I would like to trade him. So if anyone needs a quarterback that wants an elite quarterback, I will trade for some depth at this point. Um, so yeah, I
Uh,
have
I'm
both of them.
feeling like I drafted with last year's rankings. I feel like that sticker is applying to my team right now.
Yeah, that was that Rashad White and Samir White one really hurting you.
Well, I put a few too many bat in the Zamir White basket. Um, I'm just glad I didn't trade for him in Dynasty because then I would have been screwed. Another injury of note is Kenneth Walker was out,
Yep, he was.
and or did he just get knocked out, or was he
No,
already out?
he missed this last week with a ab oblique injury. He was another guy that missed a little bit of time. So it was Zach Charbonnet getting a
Who looks good?
decent day. I'm glad I have him too. I mean, I've hit some and I've lost some, but I know we're jumping around. I mean, we'll get in midseason form in a couple weeks when we um, get a few things going. But um, the
Joe Mixon gets banged up,
no, mhm.
somewhat serious ankle injury. Sorry, continue.
The Red Rocket's back, baby.
Yeah, the Red Rocket is back. That is the big news that broke, I don't know,
Hmm.
a couple hours ago.
Hey, I was about
They moved
this close to dropping Deontay Johnson. Now I'm not.
the Bryce Young era is over. I actually think
He'll,
that offense will look better with Andy Dalton.
I think I mean, he's the number 1 pick. He's going to get multiple shots. I still think he's
Over.
over. Hey, it took Sam Darnold 5 teams to get it right.
Well, his time as the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers is over.
I don't think so. I think he'll start another couple games this year. But
I think it'll have to be Andy getting hurt.
yeah, I mean, or that the Andy Dalton experience is just as bad. Who knows? But
I don't think so. That dude's solid. He always is.
yeah, speaking of solid, the Saints, they are.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fluke that they played the Panthers week 1. They hung 40 on them, but then to come out and hang, I think almost 40 on the Cowboys, which was certifiably insane. And their offense
You're here
looks
to hear first, folks. Certifiably insane.
certifiably insane. Yeah, it's crazy. What they're doing. Kamara, um, 4 touchdowns. That was wild to see. Hey, Kamara did win me a lot of money this last weekend, so I appreciate that. Um, so
Did he?
yeah, I won $800 this weekend.
Woo! Doing what daily?
Underdog daily.
Damn.
I drafted 4 teams, all 4 teams cashed. I was top in one contest. I finished 4th out of 2,200. And oh, that is Darnell Mooney. Finished
Oh,
4th.
touchdown.
Finished 4th out of a contest. That cashed me 575. And then a single entry $5 one, I finished 6th out of 2,200 also. But the other one still got min cashed out 10 or $12. But all 4 teams I drafted Sunday morning at 4:30 in the morning Um,
What a stat.
Cashton had a yeah, 800 $20 into $800. Nice. And thank you to Alvin Kamara and I Charbonnet on one of those too. So, um, but the big one, I could I was dead to rights on this single entry one, and I had I drafted both because it's a snake draft on the daily underdog ones. Drafted both Malik Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. along with
Did Malik go
Kyler.
off?
Oh, Malik had 10 catches out of 18 targets for like 130 and a touchdown.
Damn.
He went berserk. But I had Kyler, Trey McBride, and Marvin Harrison Jr. All three go off. Malik Neighbors goes off. I think I had Brees Hall on that team also. Because it's only 6-person drafts. So there's only 36 players drafted. So everyone's lineup looks pretty good. But yeah, it was a nice day turning 20 into 800. That's for sure. So that was definitely a bright side of the day, and before Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. The Washington Commanders win a divisional game against the hapless New York Giants, who now fall to 0-2. Devin Singletary with the nice day. Malik Neighbors with the nice day. It looks like the Giants just force fed those two individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels with a very efficient day. No touchdowns for him. But Brian Robinson Jr. took hold of that backfield and said, that's mine for at least for now. And Terry did what Terry does, which is why he doesn't go on my team anymore.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, Jaden Daniels is fun to watch, but it's going to take some time for all those
Hey,
folks to
it's winning
mesh.
football right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they kick 7 field goals, like
Perfect.
7 field goals to
How
a
many
guy.
points did that damn kicker score?
Uh, well, in our league, probably 21.
Oh,
In
because
other
they're all
leagues,
under 50.
they're probably all under 50. Um, but yeah, yeah, and they just signed him this week.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
They won by less than a field goal. So
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night football. Tua forgot his second birthday, and Josh is looking like he is a very much winning quarterback. His stat line does not look that great, but the favorite for MVP gets the job done.
Yeah, James Cook, big game, a lot of explosive plays.
Devon Achane.
Divide Chan got all the work with Mostert being out, and he did not disappoint. About a 30-point game for him. Man, I wish I would have taken him instead of McCaffrey. But I was and everyone was bagging on me when I was saying Achan should have went ahead. Like you took Rashad White ahead of Achan.
Did I
Like
really?
yeah, you took Rashad in the third, and you passed
Uh,
on Achan.
Rashad White's production last year was ridiculous. The receiving threat.
Yeah,
And Baker loves to dump it down.
yeah, but he's
So
he's
that was
pushed.
my. I was drafting with last year's rankings. Eat a dick. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, there's a long way to go. There are 12 more weeks before the playoffs. There is a lot of time.
Um, I don't feel any conviction in this, but it would be pretty funny if we had a Devon Achane versus Rashad White board bet. But I feel like that's a very dumb board bet to make
Just straight up points. Yeah.
because Achane's going to have a couple more 30 burgers this year.
Yeah. He's going to.
That's just what he does on far fewer touches than he had this week.
Yeah, exactly. He had 29 touches this week, which is a lot for him. Career high.
The Panthers offense scored just as many points as Dicker the kicker, as they can't do diddly poo on offense. They are waiting impatiently for Jonathan Brooks to come back. So although
And even then,
Chuba had 6 points or 6 yards per rush, So he was not the problem.
It's just bad. Like, I mean, you're gonna bring Jonathan Brooks back for what? Like, it's bad.
What do you mean for
Hopefully,
what? He's a rookie. He hasn't
yeah, I
earned
know,
shit.
I know, but they're not gonna force him back on the field early.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Uh,
wait and make sure he's right.
Everyone forgot about Quentin Johnson being a first round pick, I think,
Yeah,
including
Jake.
myself.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins, man,
He's always had it in him.
he has. It just took two Achilles injuries to.
Yeah, he just didn't need those.
Yeah,
So he's just lighter feet runs faster.
yeah. It's crazy how well he's responded, and he's definitely the best back in that offense right now. But yeah, Quentin Johnston, big game, two tutties.
I was right about the Rams, but 1 week too early. This time they get clapped up on by the Cardinals. The Rams roster is pretty depleted these days in age, in my opinion. I mean, they made that prediction look pretty good. Marvin Harrison Jr. shows you why he is just going to be dominant for the next decade. James Conner tells every promising young running back behind him to go take a seat on the bench.
The funny
Uh,
thing is with the Marvin Harrison, he did that all in the first quarter.
that's insane.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he didn't catch another ball the rest of the game, but they didn't really need to because they blew him out
Oh,
real fast. 4 for 130 and two touchdowns. Yeah.
you're gonna have to go over the Cowboys Saints game. I can't do it. I'm so glad I didn't watch the whole thing.
Well, the first thing you need to know is the Saints offense has evolved into a 21st century offense. Um,
I
they're
did hear them talk about that.
Gary,
No,
Clint Kubiak,
yes,
Clint Kubiak, of the son of Gary Kubiak, has revolutionized this offense, which revolutionized means to the 21st century of the NFL. He's using a lot more motion. He's scheming
play
up
action.
players, play action. They were the worst. They were like dead last in pre-snap motion, play action passing last year, and Derek Carr has completed like 28 passes through 2 weeks. He leads the league in passing yards, touchdowns, yards per attempt. He's just cooking folks.
He was looking like
And
vintage Drew Brees out there.
like it
Uh,
was,
kind of.
they were because Clint Kubiak I mean, everything's going to kind of go back to the Shanahan tree and just comparing like the players of the Saints and the roles that they are to players in the 49ers offense, and they're utilizing them correctly. They're utilizing, Chris Olave in the Brandon Ayuk role. They're utilizing Kamara and the Christian McCaffrey role. They're utilizing this is the funny one. The all around do it player, Deebo Samuel to Taysom Hill. They're doing or the do it all between like Taysom Hill slash um George Kittle slash Debo slash whatever, and then using um uh oh draw a blank. Then they're using Rashid Shaheed on deep play action and just they're cooking
Which the
folks.
49ers
Oh,
don't have a player like Raheed Shaheed.
no, I would think Rashid Shaheed's kind of more that kind of like a mix of
Deshaun
Debo,
Jackson.
like a yeah, Debo is. They said in the Juwan Jennings role because Juwan Jennings is still a very good NFL player, but Rashad Rashid
Rashid
Shaheed
Shaheed.
is better than Juwan Jennings. Um,
Correct.
but they're cooking and they took it to the Dallas Cowboys, I believe in Dallas,
Yes.
and just hung him out to dry. It wasn't even close. And
Every Dallas fan was already drunk before that game started. You could just tell by the
oh,
audio coming from that stadium, and they're just like, "Woo, we're gonna beat the Saints," and then they
and
didn't.
everyone kind of like, oh yeah, the Saints beat the Panthers. Good for you. The Panthers suck, but the Saints are the real deal. That is super interesting, but we'll see how that continues throughout the year.
We'll see how
Um,
it comes to fruition.
mhm. So sorry, not a lot of good things for the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb had a nice first quarter. That's about it.
The Pittsburgh Steelers channeled their inner Tim Tebow and beat the Broncos this time 13-6. Bo Nix, 2 interceptions. He actually has been looking pretty good as far as rookie quarterbacks go. He looks confident. We'll see if he's able to keep that confidence. Um, 0 touchdowns from Cortland Sutton 2 weeks in a row. I don't know how I
Trash.
feel about that.
Trash.
2 games in a row, no touchdowns. I don't know how I feel about that.
Trash.
Justin
Trash.
Fields does what Justin Fields has done his entire career, which is not a lot, but it's enough.
Yeah, I mean
Jalen
when
Warren got
yeah.
worked in there. He's gonna be the starter by the end of the year.
Yeah, the whole Justin Fields thing, like Justin Fields has a really good defense, and Russell Wilson ain't starting unless Justin Fields gets hurt. They're gonna keep winning games, and it's gonna be halfway ugly, but they're gonna get like Fields is gonna go off eventually. I don't think Russ takes a snap unless Fields gets hurt.
Yeah, you're right. Um, you see, the Saints would be favorites to win the division, but there's these little guys down in Florida named the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield.
Baker the baby maker.
Yes.
That
It was a Chris Godwin day, which you like to see. You just don't know when that's going to happen anymore.
well, he's got two. Oh, here's tush push. Let's see if we get the tush push. But
Jameer Gibbs, had he had the touchdown, it would have been even bigger day. David Montgomery jacks it off of him. That doesn't work. Uh, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 11 catches for 119. He ends up banged up in this one.
mhm.
I'm a half a second behind you, but as always, the tush push works every time.
It didn't work last week.
Really?
No, they Hurts fumbled the snap. The center botched the snap last week. Yeah, but yeah, the Lions they're fun to watch. I wish I could watch that game all the time. The Lions and the Bucks. Never thought I'd say that sentence. I wish I could watch them play over and over and over again.
As we always say, Jared Goff throwing the ball 55 times is not a recipe for success.
The the surprise this year, at least through 2 weeks, is Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is looking fantastic through 2 games. And Sam Laporta has 8 targets for 2 weeks. Laporta is going to get his eventually, but Jameson is cooking.
The Green Bay Packers turned Josh Jacobs into Ahmad Green. Do you remember that guy? 25
hmm
for the Packers. They just ran him into the fucking dirt. Well, that's about the only thing they did, besides just picked off Anthony Richardson a million times.
Yeah, Richardson is not throwing the ball very well. The Packers do just enough, which is snap the ball, turn around, hand it to Josh Jacobs 32 times, and let Malik Willis throw it like 12 to 10 times. And he was efficient enough. I believe that's Malik Willis's first career win as a quarterback, as a starting quarterback. And yeah, the Packers are 2-0 now. And no, they're 1-1. Sorry. They lost to the Eagles last week. Um, but yeah, with Jordan Love hopefully coming back, only miss maybe 1, maybe 2 more weeks. Hopefully they can be right in the thick of it, 2-2, 3-1 when he comes back, and then kind of get rolling again because their offense obviously took a hit without Jordan Love there. Um, not a whole much, not a whole lot more going on, but for the Packers besides Jacobs right now.
I confused 2 Green Bay running backs who both got thrown into the ground.
Hmm.
I was thinking of Amon Green, who wore number 30, who is like a hollow very good. And then I also was throwing him together with Super Bowl winning running back Ryan Grant, who I believe was an undrafted rookie.
Stop.
Undrafted in 2005. Yep. I didn't even have to wiki the undrafted part. I just remembered it. I want to pull up that dude's Pro Football Reference while we're on the subject of Ryan Grant. There's been two Ryan Grants. Uh, he was also a Washington Redskin, which I did not know. 2,000-yard seasons, 2008 and 2009. Besides that, he didn't really do much.
I love going
There you
back
go.
and looking at old players.
That's the history of Ryan Grant. He just was a 1,000-yard rusher for 2 years and then disappeared.
No,
But he's
no,
got a Super Bowl.
stop him. Holding, holding.
Saquon. Holding. All right, perfect. Okay. I did watch most of the Texans Bears game. It was boring.
Yeah.
It was
Uh,
it was boring.
the only thing I kept getting was alerts of Nico Collins made a big play. Nico Collins made a big play. Nico Collins is a fucking animal.
Which does it. It's just weird. Out of nowhere, this dude became really good.
Out of nowhere, like he was good last year.
I know, but like
He's the
I
third.
didn't see I didn't see this dude being that good. He had 2 seasons of playing every game, less than 500 receiving yards.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all about quarterback play too. Like,
Yeah. I mean, normally it's not like that.
yeah,
Normally, if you are Calvin Johnson, then you are Calvin Johnson. You know what I mean?
yeah, but yeah, that's Matthew Stafford too. I mean, go, come on, get the corner, hit the corner.
Jalen, 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 Jalen. Nope.
Hit the corner. Yeah, I need a rushing touchdown here.
Yeah, it was a boring game. A lot of sacks.
Yeah, I did not watch much of
10,
that game.
actually. 10 sacks. Caleb Williams was sacked 7 times.
I do think Caleb's going to be fine. It's a lot slower than I thought he was going to be. I thought he'd come in firing a lot faster. Granted, Romadunze was a little banged up. Keenan Allen missed this last game, so I think he's going to be right on the right track. But better days ahead. The worst part about that offense right now is DeAndre Swift. Their running game is atrocious, and he's like, I think he's averaging like 1.5 yards per carry, and perfect. His like
Sarcasm.
his expected yards per carry is actually like -2. So he's like every time you hand him the ball, like you're expecting him to probably get about -2 yards, and that's not very good. I know Khalil Herbert got the touchdown. Um, they did pay Swift, so they're going to try to feed him the ball for a little bit and kind of see how that experiment goes.
A weird one. As the Cleveland Browns
Well,
beat
that helps no
the
one.
Jaguars, who are now 0-2. Come on, Barkley. Why?
It's a push essentially. Like he's going to get the extra like 3 points. Damn. Maybe his knee was down.
Yeah. Let's say his knee was down in tush
Let's
push.
say, yeah. Let's say his thigh was down, shin was down at the
Down.
half-yard line.
No, probably not.
We'll see.
Saquon looks too good in green.
It's close. There's still be a touchdown though. It'll be a touchdown still.
Yep, touchdown. All right. Kansas City finds a way to win. I thought
He's short.
I did not think the
He's short.
Bengals were going to blow this one. Because the last time I looked at their score, they were up by 3, I think.
He's short.
Cool. Oh yeah, he's way short. Do the tush push.
I
Do
gotta
the
hope
tush
so.
push.
Because if they take away the
Pulling him
touch,
off the field.
no, they're reviewing it.
Oh.
God, yeah, the worst case scenario is I don't get any points and they just turn around and hand it off to him again. Oh, they did take him off the field. Wow, they took him off the field. Everyone in the stadium knows it's tush push time.
Bengals Chiefs quickly so we can watch this play.
Too bad, man. They're so lined up in here.
All right, never mind. Now we're locked in. We got Jalen
Touchdown.
Hurts at the half-yard line. I'm 1 whole second behind. Touchdown, Jalen Hurts. I like how Devontae Smith's skinny ass just stood at the back and held his hands up after they.
No, that's funny. They put the two smallest. They put Kenneth Gainwell and Devontae Smith back there. Like what? What the hell? Like Oh man.
Yeah, doesn't make any
All
sense.
right, yeah, Bengals Chiefs. Burrowhead. Joe Burrow's had um Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs number the past couple years in Kansas City. But the biggest controversy is sorry, the the defensive pass interference, which it was. I know the Chiefs get a lot of calls, but usually in crunch time, like they're calling that stuff. They're not like they're going to be doing all that sort of stuff. So, under Yoshivas, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
2 point conversion,
No
Saquon.
good. I don't think he got it.
I think he got it. But anyway, Yoshivas, that's how you say that.
Yeah, Andre Yoshivas.
What a tight end
Mike
stat line.
Gesicki.
4 targets, 2 receptions, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's what Oshivas had.
He's a wide receiver, dude.
I know. It's a tight end.
Oh, a tight
That's
end
like
stat line.
that's like Lorenzo Neal stat line.
Mm.
2 carries, 7 yards, 2 touchdowns.
But needless to say, the Chiefs get the win. Butker kicks the 50-plus yarder to end the game. And
Checo goes out.
yeah, Pacheco goes out. Jamar Chase is still getting his feet wet because he missed all the training camp. Zach Moss has the stranglehold on that backfield. Played 80% of the snaps this week. So he is the lead back for sure going forward. We will see what happens with the Chiefs. The 2 running backs they have on their roster currently are Carson Steele, who is technically listed as a fullback. But he had a good preseason, and then they did sign Samaje Perine a couple weeks ago when he was cut from the Broncos. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is on the non-football injury list currently, but they are bringing in Kareem Hunt for the workout tomorrow.
Tell me the story of Sam Darnold. I forgot the Vikings were even a football team, and now I look at them and they have a better record than my fantasy team.
They are 2-0. I've always kind of liked Sam Darnold. After the Jets stint, he had a good run with the Panthers. He did an okay job there. Then he went to San Francisco, had a couple games with them last year. And going to Minnesota, he's proven himself that he is an accurate quarterback. And when he has the weapons and the capabilities around him, like he did well in San Francisco because of the coaching staff. And that coaching staff the Minnesota coaching staff is a part of that off branch of the Shanahan style. So him going to Minnesota just made sense because of all that situations right there. And then going into work with JJ McCarthy. And McCarthy wasn't going to start this year no matter what. It was kind of the whole Jacoby Brissett, Drake May situation. They're going to lean on the veteran because, Addison is hurt. Hawkinson is hurt. They don't want to throw the rookie out there first off, but Darnold is doing an amazing job. He's 2-0.
I thought for sure it was going to be McCarthy week 1.
I didn't. I thought it was going to be like week 7, week 8, week 9, like unless they were just absolutely atrocious. But Darnold is serviceable. He's obviously proven that he can support Justin Jefferson through 2 weeks, at least just based on his stat lines. He did catch a 97-yard touchdown, which was a fun play to watch.
Who did?
Jefferson.
Oh, sorry.
97-yard touchdown. Running game's a little dicey. Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler's. Aaron Jones is getting the majority of the work, but Ty Chandler's very efficient. Very good yards per carry, yards per target. Yeah, I don't think it's going to last, but I don't really know. It depends on the Packers and the Lions, but they are going to be competitive, and I think Sam Darnold is fine, and that's good because I picked him up in Dynasty because I needed him.
All right. Speaking of Dynasty, I think I have just cemented my first fantasy win of the year.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Jalen Hurts, 24 points. That
Nice.
Barkley touchdown going to Hurts was the difference.
Good.
Seattle, fly Geno fly. TK Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. They both put up big days. Tyler Lockett's time as a focal point of the offense is over.
What?
Uh, Antonio Gibson with the big day on the ground, of all things.
Yep.
Both the running
He
backs
had a
for
couple.
the
Yeah.
Patriots had nice days, actually.
Mhm.
Drake May did not get the job out the gate, right? That's what
No,
happened.
Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback.
He's actually playing well enough to where they don't have to do anything with Drake May yet.
No, not yet.
It's a little bit discouraging that the Patriots just drafted their second quarterback who is wearing number 10 and it's still not working.
With May?
Yeah.
Well, they
Like
weren't.
I
They're
know,
not
but
planning on starting him.
you'd like to think you draft a quarterback that high, he is just ready to go immediately.
You would think so, but they did the same thing with Bryce Young. Like,
Yeah.
if they're not ready, they're not ready. Like, if you have the option to keep them on the bench for, I mean, I don't. He's not. It's not like he's not going to start all year. But I mean, if you give him the option, like they're not going to the playoffs this year. Why ruin the kid's career and like let Jacoby Brissett start 6, 7 games, see the game environment, see everything, and get going. I mean, they're not winning the playoffs. They'd be lucky to win like they'll be lucky to win 6 games.
You know what we forgot about the Packers when I was going down the random Packer running back rant?
What's that?
You know who the quarterback was, right? That got that W?
Or what, W? The playoff win?
No, the Packers. This
Did
last
it?
week.
Yeah, Malik Willis.
Yeah, 12 of 14, 122 and a touchdown. They kind of hit him, but that
Yeah,
is great efficiency.
yeah, that was his
They
first
didn't
career
even make him
win.
run.
That was his first career win.
Yeah. They didn't even like let him run that much.
No,
Aaron Rodgers looked like he was having fun.
Garrett Wilson
Uh
didn't.
no. Garrett Wilson hasn't been having fun.
No,
Which is weird.
because you're playing with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Braylon Allen with the two vultures.
Hmm.
He's a talented rookie,
He
but
is.
he's nothing like what Brees is. It's just another weapon for Aaron. They could probably just play the three of them in the backfield, and then he has options to dump
Do you
because he
know?
classically has like to dump
Do you know how old Braylon Allen is?
20.
He's 20 years old.
He's
You
on my
told,
fantasy team. No, he's on
yeah,
my regular team.
it's on your Gym City team, right?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. Like, 'cause there's always the stories of him tearing up the Big Ten when he was 17 years old, and yeah, 20 years old. It's crazy.
That is
But
nuts. Tony Pollard once again shows that you should roster him. He should be starting.
yeah, Tajay Spears did get hurt this game.
Oh, he did.
Hmm.
Pollard is going to start scoring touchdowns too. Maybe. Classically, when he was playing with the Cowboys, he could not find the end zone for the save his life. But
Yeah, and we also didn't talk about this with the Cowboys. Start to hash out old things, but
no, you're fine.
how can like you literally sign CeeDee Lamb a couple days before the season started, and you literally signed Dak Prescott like hours before, and it's just like there's just so much distraction with getting contracts done, and like I don't get it what the Cowboys are doing. Um, if they wanted to sign, I mean Lamb, this is the right time to sign Lamb. That's just how it goes. Um, but Dak Prescott, they could have paid him 2 years ago, could have saved a lot of money. But instead they chose to pay Zeke Elliott an absorbent amount of money, and they're just I don't know. I always talk about Coach Jones because he's the head coach. Mike McCarthy's not the head coach; he's the assistant coach.
He's the guy that wanders around the mansion in his tidy whities. We talked about this already.
Oh, that's good. Tidy Whiteys. Yeah, he's a figurehead. That's all he is. Um, and he's going to be gone this year. That's how it's going to go. And someone else's turn to take the blame.
Yep. Another weird one. The Ravens fall to 0-2. I think they were my Super Bowl pick if I had to have decided. Uh, doesn't mean it's never happened before. An 0-2 team winning the Super Bowl. The Giants.
Yeah, that's a weird division. Cincinnati 1-1, the Browns 1-1, and the Steelers leading the division at 2-0. Um, I don't expect that to happen very often. Looks like Bijan just fumbled. Um,
No, it was, they went for it on fourth down.
oh, they did. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's
They were gonna throw a flag on CJ Gardner Johnson because they thought
oh
he took his helmet off and celebrated, but it fell off and then he celebrated.
yeah, tighten your helmets, kids.
Yeah. Vintage Devonte Adams performance. Gardner, man, 30 for 38.
Joe Dirt.
Wow.
By the way, Brock Bowers is like a top like three tight end in the league. He's so good. He's just eating
Uh,
folks up for 2 weeks.
yeah, I want to see his. I need to watch his highlights. 9 for 9, 98 yards.
Yeah,
I thought that was a horrible landing spot for him.
they are. He's cooking. He's cooking linebackers, DBs. He's he's the real deal, man.
He's the
Like,
truth.
yeah. I mean, it depends on how you would rank tight ends, but for fantasy purposes, he's the top five tight end for sure, no doubt about it. But
Hmm.
like overall, like a tight end in the league, same thing. I mean, you could say like he may not have surpassed like the Kelseys and stuff in like real life terms, but he's going to be very good. Um, but
What a Jim Harbaugh thing to do to barely use Isaiah Likely.
say that again.
Said, what a Jim Harbaugh thing to do to barely use Isaiah Likely 1 week later.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of expected. I mean, Zay Flowers got his. Mark Andrews was a
Yeah,
little
he
bit
did.
better. Um, it might
Derek.
just be a swing of things. Um, Granted, the Chiefs did bracket Andrews quite a bit during that first game. So, they're going to run a lot of 12 personnel. That means two wide receivers, two tight ends. That's their base personnel. They don't have a third receiver. Like they don't. Like they don't even have a second receiver, honestly. Um, like you're really, I mean, it's Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Zay Flowers. Those are your top three pass catchers. But like you're really rotating Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman, Devontae Walker. Like it's very trashy. So they're gonna play a lot of 12 personnel. Um, so I think everything's good there. Come on, Barkley, get on the fucking ground. Holding, please,
Score
please
update.
do.
You are only up by 3.
Oh,
You are projected to win by 3.
yeah, but they're just trying to run out the clock here, though. That freaking Barkley, but that's a holding call. Oh, I
How many yards does Devontae Smith have right now? I wonder.
not that many. 40, 50.
I have a parlay. Devontae Smith's over 60 yards receiving and an Eagles victory.
I could tell you right now. He's got 76.
Woo! All right.
What do you
Hold
would
on,
you would you
Eagles
say?
over 60
Over 60, so he's
and
there.
an Eagles win.
7 for 60. And Britton Covey, 6 catches for 23 yards.
Ooh. Oh, he's the guy they were using on the bubbles. 18.
Grant
Looks a little
Calcaterra.
like Riley Cooper.
Yeah, at number 18. Grant Calcaterra, 2 for 19. Dallas Goddard, 1 for 9.
Well, they really don't have any. If Devontae Smith and AJ Brown both get hurt at the same time, then the Eagles have not much left.
It's just like the Rams. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Like, that's just
I
down
don't even
bad,
know who
man.
else is on their roster.
You have Demarcus Robinson, who's now
Okay,
the number
heard of
one.
him.
You have Jordan Whittington,
Never heard of him.
Tutu Atwell,
Heard of him.
and
Pretty
uh,
sure Tutu had a ginormous game last year.
mhm,
One ginormous game.
um, tr Trey Palmer. No, Trey Palmer.
I've heard of Trey Palmer.
It's Trey Palmer.
He was probably on last year's rankings that I was looking at.
I think it's Trey Palmer. I could be wrong though. Um, it's a Trey something.
I guess I can just look.
I have. Oh, Tyler Johnson. That's the other one. Former
I think
Buccaneers
I've
wide
heard of him.
receiver. Um, and then
Oh yeah.
Colby Parkinson is your tight end. So
Yeah. Kyron, speaking of the Rams, has not looked very good.
yeah, but when Cooper Cup and Puka Nacua are in the game, like you can put more people in the box.
Yeah, it's true. Well, should we do the bets?
Yeah, if you got them.
I don't, but I do have the NFL scoreboard up. We
Uh,
probably need to do six
oh yeah,
because
because we didn't do last week.
mhm. uh so I think I offer all of them and you're the first to pick,
On
right?
all of them? Not on all of them. Back
No,
and
you're the
forth.
first to pick the first one.
Yes.
Are you just going to go back and listen to this or do you want us to write it down?
I'll go back and listen to it because I'm trying to watch the game.
Okay. First things first. We're doing a two running backs, one backfield versus for next week. The Carolina Panthers travel to Las Vegas. They have two running backs that are nothing like D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, but they are two names that we know. One's from Auburn. His name's Chuba Hubbard. The other one's name is Miles Sanders. I don't know where he went to college because I don't remember. Uh, which one will have the most rushing yards?
Between Chuba and Sanders.
Yes.
Chuba.
Then I will take Sanders. The next bet, we're going to do both of the Monday night games. But
Yeah,
the
there's two
first
Monday
one,
night games this week.
yeah, the first one we're going to do is the Commanders and the Bengals. Spread on ESPN is -8 towards Cincinnati. Do you see a different spread?
I am not looking.
Okay. Then we'll just go with -8.
What's your pick?
Give me, that's a lot of points. I'll take the Commanders.
Okay.
+8.
I'll take Cincinnati. -8.
Okay. The next backfield we're going to be looking at is the one in the Windy City. Will it be DeAndre Swift or Khalil Herbert, who has the most rushing yards
Who do they play?
in Indianapolis?
Indianapolis. Swift.
And I'll take Khalil Herbert.
Indianapolis is terrible against the run. They just let Josh Jacobs run for 150 yards.
The next game, Buffalo hosting the Jaguars. -5.5 is the line. Give me Buffalo.
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville +5.5.
That brings us to 4 bets. Yeah.
Correcto mundo.
Okay. The next game. Ooh, I like this. Patriots, Jets, Thursday night. Over the over under is 37.5. Over or under?
37.5. Wow. I'm gonna go under.
I think that's the safer bet. but I'll go over.
Yeah.
And finally, we've got two 2-0 teams kicking off 11 a.m. on CBS. I bet you this is the Romo game. Actually, the Eagles Saints will probably be the Romo game. But it's Texans Vikings. Houston is a 3-point favorite.
Houston.
All right, I guess I have the Vikings +3. That is a terrible one. I shouldn't have done that.
Is
That
it
almost feels like a trap game line, doesn't it?
is it
Only
Texans
3?
Texans at home?
No, in Minnesota.
Oh, that's not a trap game then. That's they're saying the
They have a
Texans are
home field advantage.
usually
All
-3 is
right,
usually the starting spot.
fair enough.
Tush push for the win. Oh no. That's ball game.
Why did he do that?
Did you just touch him?
Yeah, encroachment. Why the fuck would he do that?
Game's over. Well, I guess they have 3 timeouts still.
Maybe that's why he did it.
Because there's
Does he
no
need to
time.
get him?
They declined it. They declined it.
So it's still 3rd and 1.
It's still 3rd and 1. The Sirianni declined it, said nope, decline. We're gonna run it.
I like it.
Wow, that is
Well, shall we watch the rest of this possession and call it an episode, and we'll narrate? Remember, you're like a second and a half in front of him.
okay.
Tush push.
First down.
70% of the time, it works every time. Actually, it's more like 95% it works. So much that the NFL wanted to outlaw it,
And that's a win for me.
which would have been stupid.
Oh
Does that
man.
put you at 2-0?
That puts me at 2-0
A
with
little
no
bit of a little bit of matchups that matter quickly,
yeah, quickly.
because we're out of time. Uh, Fuller puts the beat down on me. I still have not cracked 100 points.
Ouch. Okay, Macaulay
Uh,
Culkin.
yeah, you just won.
2-0.
Very tight game. Which we were one Saquon
Touchdown
called
away.
back touchdown away from losing that one.
Yeah.
Actually, had anybody but Jalen Hurts scored that touchdown, you would have lost.
Well, I mean, if Jalen Hurts would have thrown the touchdown, it'd been fine.
Yeah, it would have been a 1-point win. Hold
Um,
on, they're still running. They're still doing stuff. Barkley with the ball. Insignificant. Let's see. Drew drops to 0-2. As Gage goes to 2-0. Stuart Brinkman beats Blaster, who named his team Future Cap Hits, which I enjoy. It's a fun self-deprecating name. Chili Farts puts up a nice score, but it was not enough for Heath Sims, who did not draft his team and still owes that young man 100 pounds sterling. And
um,
I never did message him that, but
and then Sackett puts up the highest score of the week by 0.34.
he put up the highest score of the week against the third lowest score of the week.
Yep. He had a tremendous day of CeeDee Lamb 19, Malik Neighbors 28.7, Marvin Harrison 29, and Nico Collins 27.5.
You currently sit at the most fab spent as well.
Yeah, I spent high on Isaiah Likely for 400.
I did in my work league, and it was perfect timing because I had the same tight end as you,
Ferg.
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah. Hey, I will hopefully, I mean, the game's not over yet. I have a 1.42 lead right now,
Oh my
which I don't
gosh.
hopefully, I mean, as long as Barkley
14 yards, 15 yards.
yeah, which I don't think Barkley's gonna go for that many yards.
I don't know. We'll see what happens when they come out of this commercial break.
I know, and hopefully I can just pull this out and get to 2-0 with, not having McCaffrey and Cooper Kupp getting hurt and Jake Ferguson getting hurt. Like that's a good start for me to hopefully to get to 2-0 in this division. And yeah, I'm really hoping to get to 2-0. And yeah. Should we end it or do you want to watch the rest on stream?
Uh, that's an episode.